there, today we're going to be looking at the July DroneBit mystery box. So for those who watched the video last month, this is the monthly delivery box, mystery box that comes from dronebit.co.uk. They're doing this for about £35. I think they're doing a competition this month, which I will talk about at the end. But these boxes, I said in the last video, they are the only box in the UK. That's not quite true. There is another one by another company called Drone Junkie, but that's more aimed at your sort of tiny whoop market, whereas this is aimed at 5-inch, 6-inch, 3-inch drones, etc., etc. So let's see what's in the box. Rightio. Now I have opened it up already, but I will now do a proper opening. So what have we got? Ooh, so usual prop goodness. So 50. Also, these are the freestyle props, so these are the 50-40Cs. I have some of these. These are quite nice for high KV motors. Good stuff. 2 sets of those. We have some heat shrink. This stuff is really handy. This is good stuff for being able to do. You've got 2 different sizes of heat shrink. In fact, you've got I tell a lie. You have several different sizes of heat shrink. So you've got a large one for doing ESCs, you've got some mid-sized stuff that you would use for doing cables down the arms, and you've got some fine stuff that you would use for all the other things you need to use heat shrink for. So that is really, really handy stuff and good to have in your kit box. So what else we got? We have a, oh, very nice, a little Cadex camera, the Turbo EOS 1. Let me find a little knife and I will have a look at what's inside. Out. Come on, out you come. So, oh, it's a really diddy camera. So it's well, that's ooh, yeah, that's going to be useful for a few things. So this is going to be really useful for your sort of tiny 3-inch builds, etc. Now I've read really good things about the Cadex cameras. I've not used one yet, but I'm interested to see how it actually performs. So that is a useful little thing to have in your kit box if you're planning on building a micro, or it's just a useful little camera. Like it. So what else we got? So Team Black Sheep. As you can see from the front, I think there's a few things to do with Team Black Sheep in here, because there's a little Team Black Sheep logo on the front, and you can probably see into the box what other things are coming. But so this is an XF race antenna. So let's have a little look at that. Oh, okay. So these yeah, I've seen these. I don't know a lot about these, so I'll have to do a little bit of research, but I've seen these recently. I thought these were to do crossfire. Yes, they are, sorry, XF, crossfire. So these are specifically designed for race antennas that you can use for, so they're not, you don't have to use that Immortal T style thing, so it's small, and I think you have it set up like that. So handy. Usual DroneBit battery strap. Always useful, can't go wrong with those. Ah, excellent. These are little battery testers. Now, these things are more or less disposable items. They are fantastically useful little things that you go in your kit bag. They can just give you a very quick battery voltage. Let me find a battery that isn't completely ruined. Give me a second. I lose more of these than I actually have. I think I've got about 6 of them. They float around the house and they beep. And they tell you what your voltage across your cells are. So the whole one is 15.4. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so these are handy, useful thing to have in your kit box. Good little item. Some 50. Oh, that's okay. Some bi-blades. I haven't had any bi-blades. I've not ever used these. Well, not on any of my modern builds. So I'm actually really interested to see what some 50-50C bi-blades will actually do. So that's actually quite an interesting thing. I'm looking forward to trying those out. So that's good. And then we have a t-shirt. So it's a nice Team Black Sheep t-shirt. Let's have a little look. I don't know how much you can see. Let me just get this in. There we go, Team Black Sheep t-shirt. There we go, nice. Like a t-shirt, always good. So let's go and look at the statistics.
Okay, so let's review what's in the box. So props wise, as usual, normal sort of things. So we've got some 50-40s that I really quite like. I mean, they're good props for certain things. I don't use them all the time, but they are handy props to have. And I'm actually quite excited by trying these because I'm a bit weird. I haven't used bi-blades for ages, and I really am looking forward to trying these out. I wouldn't normally buy them, I wouldn't spend money, but given that they're in a box that I've paid for, I'm actually interested to try these out, so I will put these on a quad soon. Heat shrink, always useful. I mean, always handy to have heat shrink. I mean, it's the sort of thing you easily run out of, so anything like that's always good. The Cadex camera. So it's a micro camera. Well, it's a nano camera, I think is the technical term. It has no mounting holes, which confused the hell out of me. But it's I'm interested to see how this performs, because everything I've been told about these Cadex cameras is they are very, very good cameras. I mean, this is a little CMOS camera. It's 16:9, and I mean it runs off sort of 3.7 volts, 3.9 volts, and it's a 2.1mm lens, so it should be quite good. I might try and put it on one of my little micro quads wherever I've got one of those. So okay, cool. One of the other things worth mentioning is that when I spoke to DroneBit, they said that they are trying to build over a period of time. You'll be able to build a drone out of the bits that are in the box. So that's a micro camera. We had a micro receiver, transmitter last week. So we're going down that direction. So that's pretty cool. Things that are really, really handy. These battery testers, most people have these, but they are so useful. I mean, they are disposable items, and having a few of them around is no problem at all. Having one in your kit bag is always useful, because if you lose it, then they're like a few quid, so not too bad. The one thing that sort of like wasn't quite so cool in the box for me personally was this was the XF Racing, XF Race antenna. So that's a crossfire antenna. So these are designed to be vertically mounted on micro quads. Now, if you are a user of crossfire, then this is really handy, because you can fit it onto a micro quad and you don't have to have a massive Immortal T hanging off the side of it. So from that perspective, it's really, really useful. Now, I don't have any micro quads at the moment, and I don't use crossfire, so it's a good thing to have. It's a nice little thing to have in the box, but for me it's not that useful, but we'll be okay with that. Obviously we've got the Team Black Sheep t-shirt, so happy with that. I moaned about that in the last video, so that's a good place to be. So I've got some merch, some swag, so that's all good and handy. I mean, you've got battery straps in there, so that's always good as well. So when we look at the statistics of the box, you can see that it is you're getting £1.32 per pound you spent, so that's a pretty cool place to be. You've got the coolness is about 6.5, and the usefulness for me is 6.8. I'm talking about that before. So coolness is how cool I consider it to be in terms of like nice stuff to have, and usefulness is the general usefulness, in my opinion, to me at this moment in time. So when you compare it to previous months, you are not quite as good in terms of value. I mean, the first box was really, really good value. This box is still good value, but it's not quite as good, so I'm still happy. I'm only a little bit disappointed because the first box was so good, but I'm still happy. It's not quite, it's about as equally as useful, and it's slightly less cool, which, when the reason is it's drawn down, is because effectively the t-shirt is really, really cool, but some of the stuff like the heat shrink is just heat shrink, and the other items aren't quite as exciting from that perspective. So it's still pretty good box. So going forward, I'm going to continue doing these and continue to keep the scores and go through that process, so that's pretty handy. If you are interested in getting one of these, you can pick one up from dronebit.co.uk. They are £35 a month. If you want to get them in Europe, they are a little bit extra to get them shipped over to you, so they're pretty handy. And finally, next month, dronebit.co.uk will be giving away a free mystery box to a lucky user. To enter the competition, what you need to do is like the post I'm sharing on screen now. I'll also link it in the description. You need to then like their Facebook page, and then you need to share this post with 10 of your friends. If you are lucky enough to be the winner, you will get a free mystery box. If they get more than 10k likes or subs of this post, they will get
the winner and their 10 friends will get an additional package. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.